Bonsoir everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. Sorry for the little early feedback. How is everyone doing? Hello Thomas. Hello Steven. Torsten. Raf. Sloppy Stack. Scary. Well, you never know. I didn't set out to theme the stream around Halloween, but maybe you'll find a way to do that yourself. Hello Pascal. Hello Andrew. Nice to see you from the beginning. Hello Frank. Hello Maurizio. Salut Robin. And thank you Thomas. And Gidget, both of you for an early tip in the coffee jar. The best way to support this stream, following the link in the description of the video. If you're watching this now, or whenever you're watching this, live or tomorrow, Saturday, next week, in a year, hopefully I'll still be around. and all the support is appreciated, but also thanks to Euler, who left a nice tip alongside Fred Perderman and G McG during the week. Another proof you can. Yeah, this is a record I played the day I received it, and I spent some more time with it, and I thought I should play it again, some other tracks. Wow. Yeah, I feel you, Alex. Hello Monkey's Wedding. Stefan Geek, how is everyone doing then? Anything to share that early? Well, as far as I'm concerned, again, the collaboration album between Midori Hirano and COH, Son, Ivan Pavlov, released on the Ici et d'ailleurs, Ici d'ailleurs, French label. I think he lives in France right now. And again, if you ordered it directly from him, you got a little signed photo of them and a little insert. Tonight's an interesting stream for me, as if you don't know already, there'll be no stream next Friday, as I'll be in Bristol playing at the Simple Things Festival alongside DJ Food, Sculpture, Otaker, Eiko Ishibashi, The Bug, and a bunch of others. So, and the week after that, Dan Bosch. So I might be missing 2 weeks in a row. So let's try to make the best of it. Maybe I'll try to do a stream on the weekday in between. I'll probably do a little community post about it. The Ellen Island, yes. One of the, probably the best hypnagogic pop album of the year. Silence is Priceless. This week's been, well, last week was pretty special. I think you noticed, even if it wasn't planned. I got a bunch of special things tonight, including including a little bit of a guest. Who knows? Hello, Manuel Gocho. How you doing? Yeah, I'm still living in the aftermath of the fire. I got people coming every day of the week to clean and decontaminate the house. Hello, Eclectivinil. Ah, Ed. Yeah. Get in touch with me and I could be putting you on the list or something. Hello, Zalvia. This is the second solo record by Olaf Dreijer, Half of the Knife, under the name Oni Ayun. And since Sean is not here, I prepared a little bit. I forgot. The first record play tonight. Here's the link. Midori Hirano with Son. C-O-H, but pronounced in Russian, Son. Hello, Higher 35. Greetings. So Oni Ayun was Olaf Dreijer, brother of the singer of The Knife and co-producer of The Knife. In the second half of the 2000s, he started this house project called Oni Ayun that did some pretty amazing tracks. Is this house? You decide. But it's kind of forgotten. It's here, and it's cheap, and it's a fun record. Sort of maybe a rhythmic exercise. Pretty cool. I think we're gonna travel around the world tonight. Well, thanks for the words of encouragement. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? So originally he had 3 EPs. I think they came out between 2007 and 2009, maybe. Something like that. And good stuff. This is the second one, and the first one was back then I didn't like it as much as the two others that came later. I got these nice little like Detroit techno pads in the background. Salut, Magic Berber. I got a record for you tonight. Ah, nice. Cheers on Thai. Well, I had to move around a lot of things. Hello Marcos, how you doing? Thank you Will and Manuel Gocho, both of you for leaving nice little tips in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. I have a modest objective for tonight. Hopefully I'll get there. Of course I'm preparing for Den Bosch as well. And this might be the last one before, so we'll see. But as I told you before that, there'll be some traveling, and here's some traveling to China. Chinese weirdo rhythm geniuses. A band I really like that has been quite difficult to pinpoint for some time, but I've always been fascinated by their sound, and finally I got one of their records, their latest one I believe. No, actually, no. They had one last year, and this one is from 2023. This is Zaliva-D. Here in the link to the record on Discogs. Hello! Oriol Malart, hola Barcelona. I guess sometimes tonight I might ask you for that direction. Jazz or free jazz? Hola, I'm the Dead. How are you doing? Oh well. You know what? If you decide this is a Halloween stream, then it is. It becomes one automatically. The music leads to interpretation, personal interpretation, right? Zaliva-D, Misbegotten Ballads from Beijing. Hello, Del Quiet Vinyl. How you doing? Tempo Boto. Oh yeah, just a little. Oh, okay. jazz, spiritual jazz can be the same sometimes, huh? Let's say Halloween spiritual jazz. Witch jazz. Catchy is never bad, isn't it? Afternoon to you, Chris. How you doing? I heard you spent some pretty money on a very Halloween-themed record. And congrats on that. If it made you that witchy. Hello, Taylor. Where shall we not go tonight? That's sometimes a better question. Here's a record I've had for maybe 25 years. It took me a while to understand what it was. This is a benefit album for a venue festival that was in trouble financially, and they had a bunch of artists doing performances for a benefit show. It goes in quite many directions. This is Trans Musique Concert à Paris on the Freebird label. We're listening to Raymond Bonny on the guitar and Gérard Marais on guitar. There's also André Jaume playing the saxophone for a Charlie Parker free jazz cover, and a bunch of other records. Maybe I'll play a couple of things there. How many vinyl records do I have? How many vinyl records do I really have? Huh? Well, it's. I guess it's close to 15,000, which is a lot, but considering how many different directions this collection goes into, like dub, free jazz, sound poetry, techno, house, rock, industrial, modern classical, folk, ambient, experimental. Really disco. Not that many places I don't go to. No, 15. 50 would be crazy for me. So it's sort of a free improv guitar duo, electric guitar. No, one electric guitar. Hello, I'm one of us. How are you doing? Right now they're stored in seven different places. And maybe even 8 if you count my friend in Miami. Yeah, I guess mood plays obviously a role. Well, I hope that's a compliment then. Yeah, I guess I fit the profile then. I spend even more time listening to stuff I don't have yet, just or will never have online. To find these records for you, for me, but also for you, for you. Well, welcome weekend then. No, I don't. I don't have a place in France anymore, and it is what it is. See, now they get playful suddenly after the mayhem. Playing with the volume pedal here, very nice. But this is basically a pretty neat showcase of French free jazz, modern jazz, contemporary jazz, improv scene. From when is this from? I would say the early. No, okay, this was recorded in 1978. I was about to say early 80s, but no, late 70s. Recorded by Daniel Deschays and Dominique Povros. Daniel Deschays, one of the greatest recording engineers ever. All countries, all stars as far as I'm concerned. Well, you won't be surprised maybe to hear her music, since I had a band with a Swedish guy. Play another type of tracks from that record, also a duo. There are some. I mean, I'll tell a little more of the lineup you can find here. Jean-François Povros, Denis Levaillant on piano here, Pierre Rigaud, Didier Malherbe, Raymond Bonny and Gérard Marais, as we heard, André Jaume, Didier Lockwood, François Faton-Caron. Just really, really cool little feature of not the most shiny names in the scene. I guess Didier Lockwood is very famous in France, probably not as much in the rest of the world. Hello KS, how you doing? Yeah, jazz is huge in Sweden. Big history. Hello vinyl. Art 08. It's just a little record. I would assume this is very inexpensive. Oh yeah. Starting at $7. Here's the link to the record. Denis Levaillant, he's blowing. No, Pierre Rigaud, sorry. He does. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew Lukov for tipping your DJ of the night. Trademarked. If you haven't already and you feel this is going to be a good night, you can wait, but you can also show me some encouragement early on. It's always nice. Thank you, Andrew. Jan Johansson, not my favorite. It's alright. Here's some throwback music. A record that became sort of a little bit of a fan favorite here with our little community. What was that exactly again? I think it was just about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, yeah. I think it was a little bit of like a month ago or so. I played an excerpt, a track actually, a full track from the latest album from this artist we're listening to right now. This is his first album, first published under his name. And people love the vocals on the new album. They're quite different from this. This is cool, but the new one has sort of David Sylvian feeling, I would say. The way the vocals come together. Anyone? Speaking over a vocal track, huh? How bad is that? Pretty cool track. And quite funny how this musician, when you hear his voice, how he works it and manages to create something quite enthralling. So we're listening. Difficult to. I tend to forget what it is. The name. Can I get some help to figure out what that is?
Sounds like Malo Moray, doesn't it?
I think it is.
Happy Halloween. I heard it's your Halloween stream tonight.
I mean, I didn't plan it, but you got to embrace it when it's possible. Or, I mean, when you have to, yeah. And people are, I think, don't you think, Malo, that if people give you a context to music being whatever it is, it colors your feelings about it. If I tell you this is a Halloween track, then it becomes a Halloween track from your first album that you can find here linked. A double LP that, like, when you went all out with this one, there was also cassette with some. With every single copies the cassette came, or was it special?
Yeah. Like that was the idea. It was a double LP with cassette, and like the fifth and sixth track are only available on the tape.
And again, like, this artwork is handmade as well. So each copy was different.
Yeah.
The new one that we listened to 4 weeks ago, I believe, which is coming out right now.
Yeah. It's been out for not even 2 weeks.
Yeah. Embrace.
Yes.
With a blueberry theme, which, being in Sweden, I fully embrace that. There's a shitload of inserts, and the theme. Can you tell us a little bit about what the record is about?
Yeah. So, talking about context, last year I was on tour so much. I played like 50 solo shows with my upright bass and electronics and everything. And this album was something that I wanted to do always. You know, I'm an improviser. All my concerts are always just like they They just appear in the moment. And I was always curious what it would be like to go out and say, okay, tonight I'm gonna make my new album. And not to be like backstage, okay, tonight this is gonna be my new album, but to like announce it publicly and be like, okay, everyone who's in the room tonight, everyone who buys a ticket for this show knows this is gonna be the new album, no matter what. This is the new LP. And I was always quite afraid to do that. Actually, I've had that idea in mind for quite some time.
Who wouldn't? Like, no safety net.
Who wouldn't, right? And like after playing so much last year, I was like, yeah, boom, I'm gonna do it. This is it. And so like, kind of like a year ago, I invited a small audience, 24 people only, to a small venue, and it was like mindfully be like, okay, people, this is the new album, and it's.
Why wasn't I invited?
I don't know what to say. Next time.
Right. So what was the criteria for the invitees? I think I know.
Yeah, it was kind of like people who were connected to the music. It was people who were connected to the music in a way and who really liked this idea of and then it was basically just like first come first serve, basically, like very unromantic in a way. But it was nice because what I made of it was I tried to have like a brief conversation with everyone in the room before preparing for the show. So I really tried mindfully getting the vibe of the room and really like, okay, like what do I find here? Who are the people that I'm gonna invent this album for tonight? And that was really strong. I feel that a lot in the music.
Shall we listen to some of it to see, like,
Sure,
how
I'd
you
love
presented it, and people can figure out a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So, I already played 4 weeks ago. One of the central tracks. I mean, there's 4 tracks and a very long one. And as I hinted already, your vocals have changed a little bit. Have evolved from the first album, I would say.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, you're a multi-instrumental artist, but your core instrument, if I can say, is the double bass.
Yes, absolutely. Like the bass and up and coming the vocals, I'd say.
To have a vanishing act, to always be moving forward. Never looking back. How nice it is to disappear, float into a mist with a young lover on your arm, looking for a kiss. must be nice.
I really like how you handle tension, like suspension tension.
Vanishing out.
That's been why sometimes when people ask me, "Can I send you my new album?" Because you did. Like I didn't buy it; it wasn't out yet. But sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical or afraid. Remembering the first album, I had good hopes, and I must say, it was a no-brainer to feature it.
Float into me.
Yeah, I feel like what I realize more and more.
A young love
Oh yeah.
on your arm, looking for a kiss.
You have such an older voice when you sing than when we hear you here right now.
I mean, it's that.
For the people watching right now, you're currently on your way to play a gig tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. I'm on tour and I'm in the van right now. I'm in a truck stop near the motorway, and I have a couple of hours of driving ahead of me. So this is a really nice break, stopping in with you in Sweden.
In Bavaria.
Yes, exactly. That's right. Yeah. Older voice. Like this song, that's the only thing on the album that's not improvised. In the moment, that basically that is a Lou Reed cover. That song. It's from like one of his latest records, and I play that song every night ever since I've started playing solo shows. Like I've been in bands for ages, and like 10 years ago I started playing solo music, and I've played this song like on every single show since I'm on tour as Malo Moray, and there's like a really, really deep connection between me and that song. I must have played it maybe like 200 or 300 times up until today. Yeah.
So what number was that one? How many times had you played it before?
So like technically like live for an audience, that must have been around number 100, I think. Like I played my 100th Malo Moray concert last year.
I mean, it's a cover, but at what point does it become your song? If it does.
That's a good question. I think it became my song last year on tour, actually, because like I don't know if you've played it, but the song ends on this like last chord, and then in the original, as I'm also doing it in my version, Lou Reed sings "Never," and I was always wondering what this is about. And I never got it. I always did it, but I never got it. But very close to the recording of this album, I realized what this was about. Because like the whole song Vanishing Act is about the feeling that maybe it would be easier to just like vanish and disappear. You know, like sometimes life is so hard on you that you'd better just like want to like float into a mist, as he says, and everything's gonna be fine. Like me, I'm like I went like through major depression some year ago, and so this like really clicks with me. And I always wondered like what this "never" in the end meant. And last year I realized he is like talking about, okay, like there's this feeling, but for fuck's sake, I'll never give into it. And he runs it up like that. And I just realized that being on tour for so long last year and singing this song for so many people. And I think at that point it became my song in a way. Or I at least, I wouldn't say it's my song, but I've fully owned it. And I feel complete now playing it.
So at one point that song becomes your song, and then you play it over and over and over. I remember in my days of touring, when we decided to put a song to record because we thought it's finished now, we're happy with it. And then 2 years later, when we played and played and played, that's when we finally understand the song. Because when you play it in front of people, it's a complete different thing. It's also more fun in a way, like in a cheeky way. Like you kind of like play with the audience a little bit. You test how far you can take it. Or at least I do. Do you still like? I mean, this was recorded live, and you had already decided it was going to be a record. I mean, if it had been a catastrophe, maybe you would have reconsidered. But at the same time, as you had decided that this was going to be a record, if it goes more or less okay, did you still take some unconsidered risks while performing the recording?
I mean, like, I always do, because I always go in with a blank page, and the only thing that I know about every show is I'm gonna land with that Lou Reed song. That's it. That's all I know. And so it always, and that's what I love about it so much, it always contains a great deal of risk, because you never know what happens, right?
Yeah.
But I've learned to embrace the moment quite well through touring a lot, and I don't want to show off or anything, but I didn't really have like a catastrophic show in the past year, I'd say. Like everyone, I mean, there's for sure like better or worse shows that you can play, but every show had some value, some truth in it. And so what I did consciously for that recording that I wouldn't have done on any other show was, like, I started the whole set with like some like really like small like rubbing noises on a piezo instrument that I'm using, just because I felt it would be fun to kind of start off the whole thing imitating the crackling of a dirty record, you know, because like everyone knew, like, okay, this is going to be on vinyl. So that was the cheeky bit.
Yeah.
And because I did that, everything took a completely different way than it had the nights before. Like the nights before, I usually started improvising some like synthesizer pad and then built some bass on that. But just like knowing, okay, this is going to be a vinyl, I'm going to start with this funny thing because I think it is funny, made it go completely different tracks than the nights before and the nights after. And that's something that I really enjoy about this record, is that, and ultimately that was what I was looking for, kind of, because like the whole thing was a big experiment. I was asking myself, what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to the music if I decisively say this is going to be the new LP, this night we're recording my new album no matter what, like no fail-safe, no second takes, no big edits, whatever.
And let's listen to some more then.
Yes.
There's one track that is the whole side, and on the other side, two mid-size tracks like the one we listened to and the one we are about to listen, and the longer one that we already listened to like 4 weeks ago. And at the same time we're listening to it, if you feel like you want to share some of the, as Zaliva here was asking, some of the stuff, the music that is currently
rocking me at the moment.
But let's comment on the music as well.
Yes. So what I did for this part of the concert, that is now the album, I had this the synth pad running, this like organy kind of thing with the field recordings in the background, and I fed my voice into some live processing and layered it. Just because you were talking about me working with my vocals more, yes, that's definitely something that I really started enjoying. So when being on tour in the last year basically, and I've experimented with that a lot.
As I was saying before you came on, this more than the first one, the way you sing, as I said, I think it has sort of an older soul quality, and it really reminded me of David Sylvian.
Oh, that's nice, thanks.
And if I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm kind of getting bored of what David Sylvian is doing, and I really liked this. I really did. It's like he's becoming a sort of predictable for me, even if it's someone who's been with me since I was a teenager. I could sing to you, "Gentlemen, take Polaroids," and like the early Japan stuff, but yeah, it's you become like getaway, like David. Like this is what I want David Sylvian to be doing now. Is it someone that you listen to, or not that specific?
Not that much actually. Like I mean, like I know his works, but he's not on my like top shelf list.
I figured so. Otherwise, you would have thought like, no, I'm not. Like, it feels in the same family. So
it feels kind of like the same pocket, right? But like, referring also to the question from the chat, like, I'm like a die-hard Lou Reed and Velvet Underground fan. That's like where I'm coming from, basically. But what I'm listening to right now, like I'm reading Rick Rubin's biography right now, and so I'm kind of like listening through his whole back catalog. Like I'm reading the chapters about his 80s hip hop career right now. So I'm like really like I'm really like rabbit holing about like Run DMC and Public Enemy and all those bands right now. That really interests me right now. But what I also like read, like one more thing that I wanna mention is a beautiful, great, let's say kind of ambient artist from Berlin, Cass. I'm binge listening to her most recent album. Like I've listened to it like a dozen times in the last couple of days. It's so beautiful.
What's her name? You say?
Cass. Big recommendation. Yes,
okay.
I'll write it in the chat.
Yeah. Does she put out music on vinyl?
Yes, yeah. Recommendation is this album, Tar.
So one thing that is quite interesting here is there's a lot of text.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Do you want to be a writer as well now? What's going on here?
I feel like I am. Like I improvised all this. What?
Are you trying to become Thomas Mann?
Yeah, it's all one sentence, right? So, there is a lot of improvised poetry on the record as well, which was also really exciting doing. Like knowing, okay, I'm gonna improvise this poem right now, and this is gonna be on the album, so better not fuck up.
This is beautiful.
Thanks.
When it comes all together, these different layers, yeah, wow. It's so immediate, the effect, when you have these frequencies together, and just a little bit like the field recordings there and there, just to create a little bit of chaos. There, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's this thing, like, I'm really happy that I was able to capture this moment, because that's what I experience every time playing my double bass, you know, like it's just like you bow these low strings and it's just like so grounding, brings me so down to earth, and I feel that in that moment a lot. Yeah.
So now the bad part. So here's the link to your Bandcamp where you can order the record from Bandcamp. I remember last time you were very accommodating, and I remember when I played the record, some people already checked the Bandcamp and said, "Oh, the shipping costs are big," and this is this is not a cheap record. I think the music
That's
deserves
true.
it. There's a lot of stuff you added to it that obviously justify the cost. It's also self-released, so it's a big risk on Malo. He did 300 copies. There's different colors within these. So, is it possible for people to get in touch with you if they experience a little bit, if they want to see if there's ways to get the record directly from you, or is it too
Sure,
much?
sure, sure. Yeah, sure. So basically, there's like always like technically easiest way to do it is through Bandcamp. And after the last stream, actually, I checked what Bandcamp did on the shipping pricing, and I was able to wiggle, and I did some research, and I am able to ship for like about 30% less than a month ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so thanks for pointing that out. I wasn't aware that the shipping costs were like so
Ah,
high.
so it's
Like,
already been solved a little bit. Okay, good.
yeah, it's solved a little bit, but like still, like just like especially like international shipping just like got so expensive. It's
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass. Like, I'm technically lights turned off. I gotta turn on open the door. Okay. Yeah, so like shipping is quite expensive, especially internationally, but I managed to do it as cheap as possible, and I'm also able to ship to the US, which also is a thing these days.
So if you're interested in the record, I would still say, if on the Bandcamp you think it's to your location, it's normal, order it. If you're struggling a bit, send a message to Malo through
Yes.
the Bandcamp, and
Yeah.
then
Or
we'll
just-
see if there's something that can
or
be
just
done.
or just send me an email. I can share my email with you. I think that's
Yeah.
easier. That's how we did it the last
Exactly.
time. Like a lot of people reached out via email, and I can just make it for like some locations. I can make it a bit cheaper because it doesn't like include all the Bandcamp fees and stuff.
Yeah, obviously. Here's the Malo's email. Don't subscribe him to these websites that you know which I'm talking about.
Yes,
Oh, you don't you dare! John Levison. Yeah, I'm gonna have a pretty expensive month of November now with Den Bosch coming up,
True.
but you know what? We're still figuring out what we're gonna do for the third edition of the Tumult Festival. It's there's still some questions, but
softly rocking.
when we know, I think you and I are gonna be talking about something there as well.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
like something that we should be talking about.
So Malo, thank
Yeah.
you so much for stopping by.
I'm super happy to.
I hope the record does great.
It's already like doing quite great. Like we did 3 different vinyl colors. Like the marble one is already sold out, and like the blue one that you have a copy of is like down to like a dozen or something. And it's really good. It's
I will
really
say-
lovely.
The first album was really a great package,
Yeah.
but to some it might have felt like it was a lot to take in. It was going in different directions and all.
Yeah.
This one is very focused. You
Yeah,
can
I feel
listen
so
to
too.
it in one go. If you like one thing from the album, you'll like the whole album. So that's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, I think it has to do with it being like created in like such a short amount of time. Like the whole album is like 40 minutes or something, and like the composing of the album took me 40 minutes because it's all just like one big stroke, and there it was.
Yeah.
Strong.
Hello, Joe. Stefan here, he mentioned something that I think is actually true. I'm not the biggest fan of Brian Eno. I mean, he's great and he's very important, but I'm very critical of a lot of his stuff. I think The Ship is probably his best record in the past 20 plus years. So that's if it came from me, that would be a great compliment, and I will say that as well. I see where Stefan is coming from here.
Yeah, and thanks.
Anything else to add? Are you going to be traveling around in Europe?
Not so much actually. Like I have two more shows coming up, and then I'm taking a touring break because we had another kid in summer, so I'm stepping back a bit. And yeah, but I'll be back to touring like latest November next year. I think.
And since this one is going to sell out pretty fast.
I hope so. I mean, like that's the thing, right? Talking about pricing and stuff, and also what we didn't discuss. I think that's the thing that's important to me to say. Like this album is not available on any streaming service. You can pre-listen to it 3 times in Bandcamp because it's just nice to like know what you're, because you know, like it's a package. It costs a bit. And so I want people to know what they're like, not buying the cat in the sack, how we say it in German. But like it's no, like I just like don't agree with policies of streaming services anymore, especially like Spotify. But like none of them are great, and so I decided to like not have it on any streaming service and make it a physical only release. Like it is on, you have it on LP, CD, and you can buy the download on Bandcamp, just to put emphasis on the fact that like small independent artists like me selling these records makes a living for people like me, and that's an important thing to think about. I
think there's even another dimension to what you said.
Yeah, please.
You made a decision to become a professional musician. You made a decision to record that record. Now it's up to us to make a decision. Do we want this in our life or not? Because on the streaming services, it's not a decision. It's just an after effect in a way. And I think that's probably something that a lot of us, or most of us here in this little community, share. That expressing a choice while in the prospect of listening to music is something very important philosophically for us. It's probably one of the cheapest ways to stay free, even if you have a little bit of a price of admission in this case. But I mean, come on. I'm not supposed to be a salesman, but you've been so kind, and the music deserves it. I truly believe so.
Thanks.
It's a very emotional record, and
there were.
I mean, like my idea with this record was, okay, like I'm creating this situation where I'm creating a record in front of people who like share the love for music, who share the love for experiments, and who share the love for vinyls. And I'm a vinyl collector, you know, and I wanted to make something that makes me excited, and I just like can't do a black vinyl in a sleeve and throw it at you, you know, like I need some stuff, and that's why there is a booklet, that's why there is an OB, that's why
there's a
it has
booklet,
colored vinyl.
There's a poster, there's a postcard, so when you open it you expect a little thing, there is, and then there's more, and there's more, and like, oh yeah, of course we like that. Record collector.
Yeah, I want people to be able to like really dive deep into my weird little world of slowness and surreal ideas.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's a step up from the first album, and I as I was saying, I hope it sells out fast so that you need to record a new one.
Won't be avoidable.
Thank you, Malo. Have a safe trip on the road.
Thank you so much for having me. Everyone, have a good night. Enjoy the love for music.
Bye bye, Malo.
I'm
Bye
here.
bye.
And now we
to
go
you
to
all.
Egypt.
I am here now. Far away, but closer than ever.
So was that nice or wasn't it? Huh? Merci. Thank you, Pascal, Laurent, for a nice little tip in the coffee jar as well. And going a little slow tonight so far. Nice but slow. So if you enjoyed that and you enjoyed the stream, by all means, we hit the first hour mark. So leave a like, leave a comment if you're watching this whenever in the future. And if you want to support this happening even more and more like that, with like the artists stopping by to tell us a little bit about what's going on, the process, the objects, etc. Support the stream by leaving a little tip or a big one in the coffee jar. The link in the description of the video. Merci. And I don't know if you like how I like to do it a little bit unannounced like that, so that it's a sort of a little surprise like that. And to force you into it. And of course, as it's live, there's not really any sound checking, so I hope the sound was decent enough when we were all talking with the music, etc. You tell me if there was a real problem. Yeah, he is. Hello, Jack and Roll. How are you doing? Now, what are we listening to, huh? A record that is coming out this week. So, it's not even on Discogs yet. So I won't be able to give you a link there. But maybe I can give you sort of hint. We're listening to the new Abadi record. Kit Bashing by Abadi. From Cairo, I believe. His first album was really a great surprise. This one is a little more chaotic in a way, but in a pretty good way. You'll see how the track develops. Really nice. And now you're in really for that part where you'll see. Cheers, under that. I hope you're having a good one. My pleasure, Thomas. This is really intense electronic music. But I really love how this track develops. I've been listening to that track quite often in the past couple of weeks now, online, and since I got the record, thanks to Gareth from Subculture. Here's the link where you can find the record and listen a little more to it and order it. Listen to this. They only made 150 copies of that, so a little bit like the Sote album from last year or earlier this year. This might disappear soon. You're welcome, I'm one of us. Cheers, I'm the Dead, and Zik23 from Barcelona. Thank you both of you for leaving nice little tips in the coffee jar. I'm getting close to a third of the objective of the night, so starting to look like something. Thank you guys. I couldn't adjust the volume while I was doing the interview, as I was hearing Malo from the computer, so I couldn't have the headphones on. Oh, I love this part. I just love this. I mean, if it can be like that, yeah. Hallo, Arde Furun 6008. How are you doing, Ralph? Oh, thank you for the kind words. Yeah, to be honest, it's been quite a task to put together this, to have Malo come on live because of our schedules, and also that because of the fire I had 2 weeks ago, I kind of lost the record in all the moving things around, and I only found it back this afternoon after digging through my own records for like 3 hours. I will try, Thomas. Support your stream, support your DJ, and I might. Hello, Jose, how are you doing? Good man, rap. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, that's a good idea, Thomas. Thank you for keeping me honest. I have 2 articles ready for Substack, by the way. Should be posted either in the beginning of the week or this weekend. fantastic track, a journey. What is it in Egypt these days, huh? We'll try to figure it out soon. Quite a lot of static on that record. Should be better now. Colin Narkov, I have 2 of the 3 volumes of his keyboard studies. Some pretty wild philosophical music, I would say. Colin Nankarov. So where are we now? Huh? Which country are we visiting? This is a record I bought because of a very cool tune, compositions by Luciana Metianu from Romania. But we're actually listening to Vasile Herman's Syntagma 2. So this is on the Electrecord label. (1979). I don't know, Thomas. It will depend on the budget I manage to put together. There's already one thing, a little disappointment. I had like someone I hoped to visit like last time, who lives in Den Bosch, but unfortunately for Jan, he's quite sick, and it won't be possible to visit him. So that's a source that vanishes for now. Hopefully not forever, but like, I mean, I'm more sad to hear about his health, because he has one of the greatest collections I've ever seen, and that's something you should enjoy yourself, and he can't right now. But we'll see. There'll be some people I know there. Yeah. Well, I reactivated a bunch of Romanian sources and yeah, still fascinating. Another prime example, cheap. Let me find you the link for that one as well. This is really, really nice. Well, I just use Zaliva, my own like mineral water, demineralized, sorry, with some alcohol and a dash of dishwasher. It works so charming, but it's empty now. So I'm just putting a distilled water straight on it, wet playing it a little bit. Kind of does the trick.
You play that song again. You know I love that shit, Lionel. I love those times we had together.
Now a record I love. I played that before.
Whatever they called it. And you and me kind of killed the hallways in our scooters, those little rascals, those little hover arounds. Just wearing our bathrobes and nothing else, just the bathrobes, right? You remember that, Lionel? I remember back in the day, we'd kill it, we'd kick it. Oh, Lionel. We just be singing silly songs together, hanging out, whatever. That's cool. I remember back in the day.
Yeah, I think I played that recently.
Or retirement center, whatever. That we were in our scooters or the hover around, killing the holes, wearing bathrobes and nothing else. You know it, bro. You know that, baby. I love you. Yeah, what's up now, sweet thing?
Thank you, Greg, the OGCs, and Maurizio Borba for both of you living nice little tips in the coffee jar as well. Merci.
Damn, I could leave my house naked listening to your shit. I'm serious about that, Lionel. You made beautiful music. Damn, I love you. Sometimes I'm at home alone and I'm just checking you out, just listening to tapes and just being like, damn.
Hello, S of Tens Victims, 1876.
Lionel, you're so fucking, oh man. I remember back in we got that bag of Fritos? Remember we got that bag of chips? We went to the concession stand at the insane asylum. We put our money together. We got the bag of chips. And right then, I didn't have a hover around of my own, so I was riding the handlebars of your hover around.
Rob Walmart.
Lionel Richie, I would like you to remember a moment in your life when I was riding on the handlebars of your hover around in a retirement center in Milwaukee, and we were singing together. And I reached out and I touched your head. And I was rubbing on your head, and it felt good. And you said, yeah. And you said, would you like some more chips? And I said, yes, I would. And you handed me that bag of chips, and we ate them together. Lionel, I'm asking you to remember part of your experiences in your life.
He's talking to Lionel Richie.
I was out in the stormy oceans of my own emotions, and you reached out a hand and pulled me into your boat. You protected me. We were in a federal penitentiary somewhere in Colorado. We were wearing only our bathrobes. We didn't care about the shit, dude. Lionel, back then, we were free birds, baby. We did whatever we wanted.
I adore that record. It's probably one of the records I listen to the most often. It's a record that was given to me for free years ago. I had Honey Owens from Jackie Your Motherfucker. I booked her to a festival in Paris, and she took me to a gig of a friend of her, Adam Forker, who gave this to me. And because it was given to me, and it looked weird, it took me a while to actually listen to it. And it took a little more to find my way into it. And now, for the longest time, it was a dirt cheap record, triple LP. Now, it's a little bit different. I'm good, Torretrin. How are you?
But I think we all learned a valuable lesson about time in life, about times in our lives. And that's why I love you to this day.
Almost disco time, huh?
The things I took from that summer will stay with me for the rest of my life. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing that special moment with me. And now that we're older, we can look all back and laugh at some of the funny things that we did.
So this is sort of
I want you to remember this one thing.
a named collective involving people around Jack Your Motherfucker, but not exclusively. Well, glad to have that effect on you tonight. Yeah, it does, Miliani. How are you doing?
And also, beyond that,
this is not hypnagogic pop, huh? This is something else. I don't know what that is, but I don't know if I want more of that in my life, because maybe it would be less special. But this is definitely sort of a postmodern outsider music type of thing, with some humor, obviously. Which doesn't really work with me usually in music, but in this case...
don't cry for me.
And it's got the best label ever.
Quería verte cerca de mí, sí, para pasar un momento ideal contigo. Oh.
That's one of my blind spots, so I think not really
pero tú no has comprendido
Yeah,
nada.
not at all into black metal.
Ahorita
Even if I
también
can
pasó
listen
el
to it.
tiempo. Más vale salir de mi vida, de mi casa,
Happy
cantando
Halloween,
conmigo,
Daniel.
sí.
This is Guadeloupe Zouk All Stars. You got all the guys from Cassave, Guy Jacquet, Cerveliso, and this is a rare. Well, this is not Zouk, obviously, but it's a pretty cool track. The record is amazing. I know the Caribbean moment is not what most people expect from me, but bear with me.
Ajá. Y ahora con ustedes, el hombre de las manos duras, la gasolina, Manier. Dale dedo, dale dedo. Quería verte una casita también bonita. Hay que poner tus zapatos, tú sabes que no me gusta lo que tú dices para mí. Tú sabes también que no me gustaba también ayer lo que tú decías. Ponle zapatos, ponle zapatos, ponle zapatos, ponle zapatos para comprar otro. Más vale sufrir también porque me duele mi corazoncito también, tú lo sabes, mulata. Ah, no hay que perder tu tiempo conmigo, tú lo sabes, yo soy un malo negro. Negrito también, tú sabes que yo nací. Cantando siempre también para ti, bebé, nada más tú no puedes salir sin tus zapatos.
Les Vikings de la Guadeloupe, a loose collective throughout time of different zouk, begin, guaco players, musicians. And probably the least black metal record I have.
Ahorita pasó el tiempo.
Next record.
Más vale salir de mi vida y de mi casa. Tiquiliquipam, 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 tiquiliquipam. Que ponle también tus zapatitos. Para salir también de mi vida, de mi casita. Échate para allá, que chévere, porque también yo quiero decirte que si tú no me quieres, más vale morir de mi vida también. Morenita, tú sabes también que prefiero la mulata. Sale. Que salga también de mi vida. Échate para allá, échate para allá.
The common thread, though, is this is minimalist music. It's a loop, and ad-libbing in it. I love it.
Tócame también que mi rumba también, que tiene el sabor de mi vida. Que vete fuera de mi zapatito.
Now a record that was just released that is not going to be that easy to get. It's sold out at the source on the website, on the Bandcamp. I think iMusic in Germany might have copies, and a bunch of other places, but not that many since they only did 200 copies of it, I believe. Let me find it. It's one of the best ambient albums I heard all year. So I took I bit the bullet and ordered it from Bandcamp, not chancing waiting for Soundom to have it. from a label that turns out in just a few years, I bought like a lot of releases of theirs. Very cool artwork. The whole album is. Wait, look at that cover, seriously. Getting closer to black metal here, huh? Like when black metal tries to do ambient and usually fails, according to me. This is Martina Berter and Philippe Schlotter, Silence Will Never Die. This is their second album together. I believe they're from Switzerland, and I believe these pictures are proof of that. Silence Will Never Die has emerged from a shared need to search for what strengthens and connects us. In a world that is often loud and overwhelming, we wanted to create moments of presence, spaces for reflection, calm, and also for resonance. We understand our artistic work, among other things, as a form of energy work. Yeah. Through conscious sound design, we aim to not only positively influence ourselves, but also our surroundings. Through the moods our sounds create and the space they open. The recordings on this album are part of this process, an invitation to join us in these spaces. Bass, organ, synthesizer, organ, zither. That's what you were listening to. Hello, Ainogard, how are you doing? The album, the previous one, well, just click on the link here. You'll figure it out. Hello Fred, how are you doing? Yeah, it's one of these like droney ambient record that just grows and grows and grows. Ridiculous artwork. I love it. On the Hollow Ground label. Do you have the answer, Daniel? Like, that's an interesting question. Yeah. And Fred, thank you for your little tip during the week. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Yeah, if you enjoyed the stream tonight and you want to support it, or if you just want to support it, always tip your DJ of the night. Follow the link in the description of the video. Already an hour and 45 minutes, or almost. Very important and instrumental in this happening every week. Also, since we're gonna have a couple of weeks, a break of a couple of weeks now. No lyrics. And the answer is last week I played a lot of long-form tracks, which some of you tolerated, but were not, it wasn't their favorite. So far tonight we haven't done that too much. But this time, this is when you have to indulge me a little bit with that kind of stuff. And if you want to check out the record more in details, and maybe find somewhere to get it, even if it's sold out now on Bandcamp, and it's not on Discogs yet, here it is. It grows, huh, Magic Berber? It does. You'll see. But it's exactly the kind of drony ambient that is manually created for the most part. Sure, synthesizers, but the bass, the zither, and the, obviously harmonium is involved here. Some sort of harmonium. Absolutely lovely frequencies that layers on top of each other to create this very strong harmonic wave. Might play a couple of some of the next one as well, but the next one is for Magic Berber. Sold out on Bandcamp, which means that there are copies in shops, in online shops, Fred. Even more minimalist now, in a way. I like Les Mold's early stuff, like his 2-3 first albums. I think that his music has long become self-indulgent, sort of Halloween music actually, but not in the best possible way. Les Mold is this ambient artist from America, dark ambient, industrial. His first album, I think, or his first few records were, he was part of the, he probably was in the UK back then, since he was friends with SPK, Graham Revel, when they spent some time in the UK from their native Australia. Graham Revel, who started a big career in Hollywood with the Australian Peter Weir, I think, a movie called The Dead Calm with Nicole Kidman, Rutger Hauer, if I remember correctly, and Sam Neill, which paved the way for a career with movies like The Crow, Daredevil. He did a bunch of movies for Alex Proyas, Dark City, I think, stuff like that. But Graham Revel has a career now in Hollywood as well. These tones, huh? Yeah, pretty extreme music now, but you'll see. And Les Moore, the early stuff is quite raw and shameless. Now it's become a little bit too on the nose, I would say. Scary for the sake of being scary and not having much to say or to plunge into chaos, magic chaos, which is what most good industrial music is, in my opinion. No, we're in that record that you asked me for, Magic Berber. Reinhard Heidenstein and Gail Young. So here we're listening to Fie O'Ryan, Reinhard on voice, and Gail Young on Columbine. All these compositions were commissioned, blah blah blah. So the Columbine that we hear in this track is a percussion instrument consisting of 61 steel tubes tuned to a system of 23 pitches per octave, designed and built by Gail Young. Two of the tracks on that record are... Another track is somewhat similar to this one, even if it doesn't feature the voice, which will enter. The other side is has way more voices and singing. There you go, Matthew. How are you doing? It's been some time I've seen you. Oh no, I've seen you recently. What am I saying? Yeah, I listened to it, Miliani, and I was a little bit underwhelmed. Like, it's, as you said, good, but nothing new on the horizon. So this comes with a booklet that, well, this was part of an exhibition as well. And weirdly enough, it doesn't... Yeah, here is the instrument. Yeah, so I talked with Hello Ground and they told me that it was A Music and not the distributor in Germany who had it and who shipped it to different shops, but that it would be available in the next few days, weeks, there and there. But they didn't do. I think they did 150 or 200. 120 copies of this only. So if you liked it, and yeah, don't sleep on it. When I bought this a long time ago, it was sort of I was taking a chance, but it was really cheap. Now it's become somewhat hyped record, somewhat, and I had completely missed that when Magic Berber asked me about it. And as I was going through the shelves today, I saw it and I thought, oh yeah, he asked about it. There you go. See, this track really reveals itself when you give it some time. At first it could sound just like a bunch of tones, like a showcase of a synthesizer. Well, this is all acoustic, obviously now that we've explained it, but it sure feels like electronic music. Because when you have an instrument like that is not well tempered, where there is room for live tuning in a way, by how you play the instrument, and the record is literally called according in the sense of tuning. So finding frequencies that work together by moving your fingers on that piece, or however you play that percussion instrument that leaves no attack anywhere. Well, it has something to do with Harry Bertoya and Las Ribachet sound sculptures, obviously, but it is its own thing. It is a sonic sculpture record, I would say. Not really. More like a Luc Ferrari / Las Ribachet sonic sculptures feel. But yeah. Well, you're welcome, Magic Berber. But the other side is quite different, I must say. Thank you, Marcos, for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar as well. Merci. Mo is halfway to the objective of the night, which means we're pretty late. But I guess some weeks will be like that. Huh? Now we're back to probably the track that convinced me to get the record straight away. Martina Berter and Philipp Schlöter. Silence Will Never Die. Even richer textures, as you will hopefully now enjoy as well, as much as me. Now we're getting closer to sort of acousticians scenery, although very, very different. But there is this very potent harbor atmosphere here, even if this is music from the mountains. The Alpine shepherds. This is just stunning. I guess this would qualify as deep listening in some way. I love the Kreuzmakers, absolutely. I think I have most of his records actually. Play him every now and then here on the stream. It's been some time now. One of the true pioneers of electronic music. Shit, that sounds like a bad setting for you, Ed. I hope it's not karma. Much less so Temple Boto. An old little favorite from the past. Chains. Be kind. Listening to Pollution 5120. I believe her only album. Next record, I know Christopher's gonna hate me for playing this. But it's been some time. No. A record I played one time before. Maybe a year and a half ago or so. A record I had been on the look for quite some time, and maybe my favorite ambient album of the past 15 years. Hello, Sean. How you doing? This is an album from 2014, self-released. Ever since that record that she did only 100 copies of. She's released quite a few records and performs, but nothing I find as striking as, indeed, Pascalis. Marta de Pascalis' first album here. Sheer beauty. Yeah, we started somewhere else. That's where we're ending. Not totally, not quite ending yet, but hello, Reva. Are you trying to make me self-conscious now? So our friend Christopher Nevermodern probably hates me for playing this now because just putting it back on the radar of more people, potentially. The whole album is amazing. There's quite some variation in the album, but extremely beautiful and dramatic ambient music like that. Is there a wrong moment, Sean? I guess there could be one. Think so, Tortin? Okay. So as you can see, that was released pretty cheaply. There's a printed jacket as I showed, but when you do that, I mean, it's pressed, they only did 100 copies, white label, which means you're saving some bucks. Self-released, huh? Sometimes difficult to, or it's often difficult, I would say, often to have an idea of what your music is worth when you have never released it. Chris, ouais. Salut Arthur. Congratulations to you, Arthur, for having released, I assume, your documentary about Sonra. I hope you tell me more about it soon. Is that helpful? So this piano showcase features compositions by Yoji Yuasa, Toru Takemitsu. But here we're listening to the lento part of the piano sonata by Akio Yoshihiro from 1960. Actually, no, we're listening to the agitato, which is quite not that agitated, or is it? Well, it's all in Japanese here, apart from the name of the musicians and tracks. Some of the best Japanese, or the most interesting Japanese modern classical composers featured here on solo piano compositions. Okay, so it's still coming up. This is a quite rare record. Doesn't mean it's expensive, but I had been on the look for it for a few years, and finally a copy turned up for 15-20 euros, and yeah, jumped on it. Link for that one, yeah? There you go. Yeah, it's pretty amazing piano sonate. I assume not something you hear that often in the VC. Thank you, John Levinson, for giving me a tip in the coffee jar. If you haven't already, well, it's high time to tip your DJ of the night after almost 2.5 hours of music and chit-chat with you and Malo Moray. And if you're watching this this weekend, after the stream, or next week, or next month, or next year, if you like this and you plan to come back, by all means, support the stream, tip your DJ of the week, tip your DJ of the whenever you're watching this. Follow the link in the description of the video, and you can also leave a like to the video. It costs you less than the tip, but the tip is, as I always say, you spend 2.5 hours, or maybe a little less, but you got a beer with us and then got some information at the very least, hopefully. And leave us a comment as well if you haven't been with us in the chat and you've been watching this, spanning through this, and have some some stuff to tell me I forgot about, I was wrong about, or whatever you have to keep me going till the next one, which will be, I don't know exactly when. There might be a surprise stealth one in about 10 days, maybe a sort of DJ stream to Teleton for the finance of the Den Bosch trip. We'll see. But the rainy season, Mazzy, huh? The whole package is amazing, I will say. The design as well, but all tracks here. Something to wonder about. And so yes, a fun, if not somewhat introspective stream tonight. As always, you be the judge of it. And I'll see you soon. It's been some time I didn't have to take such a break. Again, going to play in Bristol next week. And then Bosch to come, filled with new surprises. Marl and Marl with the vocoder. Cheers, Dorothée. Thank you, John. From Japanese 50s piano, modern classical to New York 80s hip hop. Huh? Always makes sense. Cheers, Pascal. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, John, Marcos, Maurizio, Greg, the OGCs, Zik33, I'm the Dead, Andrew Lukov, Manuel Gocho, Will, Thomas Corcoran, and Frank Gidget. All of you for leaving very nice little tips in the coffee jar. Tipping your DJ of the night again. This is when to do it, or tomorrow, or next week if you can. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you soon. Have a nice weekend. Go check Malo Moray's album. You can get it from his Bandcamp. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween indeed. I love these bongos. Bongo hip hop, bongo vocoded hip hop, like it's not gonna happen again, huh? Bye bye. I love how the drums here are kind of off a little bit. Yeah, not that squarey and quantized. The claps here, not perfect, but that's what makes them perfect.